Most people buying a carry pistol in 2026 are making the same mistake. They walk into a gun store and ask for the best carry gun. The counter guy shows them a compact, a full size, something impressive on the wall. The buyer walks out with a pistol that is technically a carry gun, but realistically a gun they will leave in the safe 3 days out of 5 because it is too big, too heavy, and too uncomfortable for real life. The subcompact category exists specifically to solve that problem. Subcompact pistols are the guns engineered for people who carry every day, not just on weekends. Shorter grip, shorter slide, lighter weight, thinner profile, real-world dimensions that disappear under real-world clothing without requiring a wardrobe change or a lifestyle adjustment. These are not backup guns. These are not range toys. These are the pistols that working people, professionals, parents, and everyday Americans are actually wearing every single day in 2026. Today, we are ranking the 10 best subcompact pistols of 2026 from worst to best. Real-world picks. No filler. No brand loyalty. No free guns from manufacturers. The 10 subcompacts that actually deliver in the real world. And the specific reasons each one earned its spot. Number 1 is going to surprise every shooter watching this video. Let's get into it. How we are ranking these. Every subcompact gets judged on 5 things. Real-world concealability under a t-shirt during a full day of activity. Reliability with defensive hollow point ammunition, not just range ball. Shootability under rapid fire. Value for what you actually spend. And holster support, because the best subcompact in the world is useless in a bad holster. Same standards, every gun. Let's rank. Number 10. Taurus GX4 XL. 13+1 capacity. Width of 1.03 inches. Weight unloaded of 19.4 ounces. The GX4XL is the extended grip variant of Taurus's micro-compact platform, adding a longer grip frame that gives most shooters a full firing grip without growing the slide. The flat-face trigger breaks at around 5.5 pounds with a reset that competes with guns costing twice the price. 3 interchangeable back straps in the box. Optics-ready slide cut for the Shield RMSC footprint. The GX4XL ships with 2 magazines and a loading tool. Why number 10? Taurus carries reliability stigma from older generations. Current production is dramatically improved, but the institutional memory in the carry community runs deep. Holster selection is still catching up to the mainstream brands. Price approximately $380. Capacity 13+1, best for budget buyers who want a full grip, subcompact, without paying a premium brand tax. Number 9. Canik METE M9, 12+1 flush capacity, 15+1 extended, width of 1.05 inches, weight unloaded of 19.7 ounces. Canik built the MC9 specifically to attack the micro-compact market on value, and the attack landed cleanly. The factory trigger is the standout at this price point. Canik tuned it to break at around 4 pounds with a wall and reset that genuinely competed with pistols costing twice as much. Optics ready with a direct mount footprint. Factory fiber optic front sight with blacked out rear. Holster, 2 magazines, and accessory kit all included in the box. Why number 9? Canik long-term durability is still being proven across multiple production generations. The aftermarket is building, but not yet at the level of the dominant platforms. Price approximately $440. Capacity 12+1 flush, 15+1 extended. Best for shooters who want premium trigger feel and accessories included without premium pricing. Number 8. Springfield ARMORY Hellcat OSP. 11+1 flush capacity, 13+1 extended. Width of exactly 1 inch. Weight unloaded of 18.3 ounces. 3-inch hammer-forged barrel. The Hellcat OSP is the optics-ready variant of the original Hellcat that started the high-capacity micro-compact category. The OSP slide cut accepts multiple optic footprints directly. Factory tritium front sight with a tactical rack rear that lets you charge the gun off your belt in an emergency. The grip is short enough to avoid printing under a t-shirt, while still giving most shooters a usable firing grip. Why number 8? Early production reliability questions have been resolved, but still color buyer confidence. The grip texture is aggressive enough to cause skin irritation during extended summer carry. price approximately $499. Capacity 11+1 flush, 13+1 extended. Best for shooters who want the original high-capacity micro-compact with factory optics-ready capability. Number 7. Kimber R7. Mako, 11+1 flush capacity, 13+1 extended. Width of 0.98 inches. Weight unloaded of 19.4 ounces. Barrel length of 3.37 inches. Kimber entered the modern, striker-fired carry market with the EAR-7 Mako and built something genuinely worth carrying. The factory trigger breaks at around 5 pounds with a clean wall and a fast, tactile reset. TrueGlow Pro tritium night sights are standard from the factory. Optics ready with the RMSC footprint. The grip frame is contoured aggressively to lock into the support hand during the draw. Why number 7? Kimber pricing is premium for the category. The platform is relatively young, which means long-term reliability data is still accumulating. Holster selection is good, but not at the level of the dominant brands. Price approximately $599. Capacity 11+1 flush, 13+1 extended. Best for shooters who want Kimber build quality and factory night sights in a modern striker-fired package. Number 6. SIG SAUER P365 SAS. 10+1 capacity, width of 1 inch, weight unloaded of 17.8 ounces. The SAS variant stands for SIG Anti-Snag, and that designation describes the entire design philosophy of this pistol. The slide is ported with a flush-mounted SIG-Light night sight that sits below the slide surface so nothing catches during a draw from concealment. The frame controls are beveled and smoothed. There are no sharp edges anywhere on the external surface of the gun. The trigger guard is opened for gloved use. Why number 6? The flush-mounted sights limit one-handed slide manipulation. The platform has the same early production reliability history as the standard P365 that current production has addressed. Price approximately $599. Capacity 10+1. Best for deep concealment carriers who prioritize a completely snag-free draw above all else. Number 5. FN Reflex MRD 11+1. Flush capacity 15+1 extended. Width of 1.08 inches. Weight unloaded of 18.4 ounces. Barrel length of 3.3 inches. FN built the Reflex for the carry market and brought military-grade manufacturing standards with them. The hammer-fired action is the design choice that separates the Reflex from the striker-fired competition. The internal bobbed hammer gives a noticeably better trigger than most micro-compacts, and a slide that is dramatically easier to rack for shooters with reduced grip strength. Factory tritium front sight with blacked-out U-notch rear. MRD variant ships with direct optic mounting. Why number 5? Holster selection is still catching up to mainstream brands. The hammer-fired action requires adjustment time for shooters coming from striker platforms. Price approximately $699. Capacity 11+1 flush, 15+1 extended. Best for shooters who want military-grade FN manufacturing and a hammer-fired micro-compact. Number 4. Shadow Systems. CR920, 10+1 flush capacity, 13+1 extended. Width of 1.02 inches, weight unloaded of 19.7 ounces. Shadow Systems built their reputation on doing what Glock should have done, and the CR920 applies that philosophy directly to the micro-compact category. The factory trigger breaks at around 4.5 pounds with a flat face and a short reset that competes directly with the best factory triggers in the subcompact category. The frame uses an aggressive stippling pattern that provides genuine grip purchase without aftermarket work. Optics ready with multiple footprint options. The barrel is threaded for suppressor compatibility on the combat variant. Why number 4? Pricing is firmly premium. Shadow Systems is a younger brand, which means the long-term institutional track record is still being built. Price approximately $899. Capacity 10+1 flush, 13+1 extended. Best for shooters who want a premium American-built micro-compact with a factory trigger that rivals custom shop work. Number 3. Walther PDP. Compact 4-inch. 15+1 capacity. Width of 1.3 inches at the grip. Weight unloaded of 24.7 ounces. Barrel length of 4 inches. The PDP Compact 4-inch is the carry-sized version of Walther's performance duty platform, and it keeps every feature that makes the full size exceptional. The dynamic performance trigger breaks at around 4.5 pounds with a take-up so short, and a wall so crisp that trainers use this gun to demonstrate what a good striker-fired trigger feels like. Super terrain slide serrations provide genuine purchase in any condition. Optics ready with direct mounting that requires no adapter plates. The beaver tail locks the gun into the support hand during the draw. Why number 3? The PDP platform is younger than Glock or SIG, which means the multi-decade reliability track record is still being built. Width is on the thicker end of the subcompact range. Price approximately $679. Capacity 15 plus 1. Best for shooters who train regularly and want the best factory trigger available on a carry-sized pistol. Number 2. Glock 48 MOS. 10 plus 1 standard capacity extending to 15 plus 1 with shield arms. S15 magazines. Slide width of 1.1 inches. Barrel length of 4.17 inches. Weight unloaded of 18.7 ounces. The Glock 48 MOS proved you do not have to choose between a long sight radius and a thin profile. The longer slide gives noticeably better accuracy than shorter micro compacts, while the slimline frame keeps the same width. The Marksman barrel delivers genuine accuracy improvements. The MOS cut accepts red dots directly without adapter plates. Every holster company makes a Glock 48 holster. Every trainer has shot one. Every armorer can service it. At under 19 ounces with a 15-round capacity option, the 48 MOS disappears in an appendix rig at 3 o'clock or in a pocket holster for smaller framed shooters. Why number 2? Factory trigger is acceptable but not impressive. Factory sights are basic plastic. Standard capacity stops at 10 plus 1 without aftermarket magazines. Price approximately $580. Capacity 10 plus 1 standard, 15 plus 1 with shield arms. Best for shooters who want the most complete slimline carry package Glock produces. Number 1. HKP 30SK. 9 plus 1. Flush capacity 13 plus 1 extended. Width of 1.18 inches. Weight unloaded of 22.12 ounces. Barrel length of 3.27 inches. The P30SK is the subcompact variant of the legendary P30 platform, bringing 30 years of HK engineering refinement into a carry-sized package. The double-action single-action trigger gives a smooth 9-pound first shot and a crisp 4-pound single-action pull for every shot after. The decocker allows safe carry with a round chambered. Ambidextrous controls throughout. Interchangeable backstraps and side panels fit the gun to virtually any hand size. The cold hammer forged polygonal barrel delivers HK accuracy in a subcompact frame. Why number 1? Because the P30SK is the most completely engineered subcompact on this list, and the one the American market has consistently underrated. Not the lightest, not the highest capacity. Built to HK's uncompromising standards, which are higher than anyone else in this category. Price approximately $849. Capacity 9 plus 1 flush, 13 plus 1 extended. Best for shooters who want HK engineering and reliability in a subcompact carry package. Quick breakdown of who should buy what. If you want HK engineering in a subcompact, HKP 30SK. If you want the most complete slimline Glock platform, Glock 48 MOS. If you want the best factory trigger on a carry-sized pistol, Walther PDP Compact 4-inch. If you want a premium American-built micro-compact, Shadow System CR920. If you want military-grade FN manufacturing, FN, Reflex MRD. If you want a completely snag-free draw, SIG SAUER P365, SAS. If you want Kimber build quality with factory night sights, Kimber R7 Mako. If you want factory optics ready on the original high-capacity micro-compact, Springfield Hellcat OSP. If you want a premium trigger feel at a value price, Canik METE MC9. If you want a full grip subcompact under $400, Taurus GX4XL. Every gun on this list will serve you well. The wrong subcompact is not a bad gun. It is a mismatch with your hand, your carry method, and your training commitment. Find the one that fits your life and carry it every single day. That is all that matters in 2026. Hit that like button if this ranking helped you find your subcompact. Subscribe for more honest firearms content that does not pull punches. Drop a comment with your subcompact of choice or whether you think we got number 1 completely wrong. Stay safe, stay trained, stay a responsible gun owner.